In his first news conference over 15 weeks, President Obama confronted congressional Republicans for failing to strike a deal.
The president took a lot of snide jabs.
This was not a president who's interested in compromise.
We are going to, start having to cancel things and stay here until we get it done. You need to be here. I've been here.
We are here. We are here, and we welcome you to come back to town in between fundraisers.
I'd like to invite the president to come to the Capitol today to meet with Senate Republicans.
That's not a conversation worth having.
If it doesn't do any good to come and talk to us, how are we ever going to solve the problem?
I'm very amused when I start hearing comments about, well, the president needs to show more leadership on this.
But where is your plan that's going to reduce spending?
His party controls the United States Senate.
6 months have gone by, and we've not had any hearings. We've had not any votes on the floor.
Senator Reid, why don't you put measures on the floor that directly address this issue?
The tax cuts I'm proposing, we get rid of, are tax breaks for millionaires and billionaires, tax breaks for oil companies and hedge fund managers and corporate jet owners.
He wants to increase taxes.
He talked about wanting to raise taxes.
Attacking Wall Street's not going to balance the budget.
It covers the amount of debt Obama added in February.
And the idea that if we raise taxes, as the president said, on millionaires and billionaires, raise taxes on oil companies, raise taxes on owners of private jets, that somehow is going to make a difference in America's debt in terms of having a real impact is not only misleading, I think, quite frankly, it's disappointing. It's class warfare, and it's the kind of language that you would expect from a leader of a third world country, not the president of the United States.
The American people want confidence that we are going to bring about a solution.
Republican senators also want a balanced budget amendment as part of any vote.
We'll raise the debt limit provided that we cut spending now, we put a cap on spending in the next few years, and we have a balanced budget amendment to the Constitution.
We need a balanced budget amendment.
Our debt today, Mr. President, is over $14 trillion.
Instead of more debt and more spending, we could pass a balanced budget amendment.
It's time we put in the straitjacket, the procedures, and the process to balance the budget.
We need this fiscal discipline in Washington.
Making the tough decision.
It's time for the federal government to adhere to the same fiscal discipline that America's families and businesses and 49 states follow.
We need to, as a nation, live within our means.
You're going to have to live within your means.
We're willing to work, we're willing to come to the table on the debt limit, but we demand some kind of solution.
A White House report shows the president's stimulus plan saved or created nearly 2.4 million jobs, but at a cost to taxpayers of $666 billion. And that means each job cost the country more than $250,000. Billions of your tax dollars spent trying to rescue the economy. Well, now critics saying that it just spiked our debt.
It doesn't look like the stimulus created as many jobs.
We're on a precipice here in America when it comes to creating jobs.
You have to deal with jobs first.
The president is making the economy worse in many ways, and wanting to raise taxes is one of them. A lot of the rules and regulations coming out of his administration is making it harder and more expensive for the private sector to create jobs.
We should be focused, quite frankly, in this chamber on bettering the economic security and ability of the American people to make an honest living.